Elections were held today, what happens?
Okay, so that's the one question that everyone wants a response to. If there were polls held today, what would happen? So this is a worm graph which will help you compare across time, and we'll start with the Lok Sabha elections and then come to August 2020. So 37% of the voters picked the BJP in the 2019 Lok Sabha elections. That figure now stands at 36. So just a 1% marginal drop in the margin of error when it comes to change in vote share. The Congress was at 20%, it's at 19. Net, mota, things are roughly the way they were when it comes to vote share. When we project this onto seats, and remember it's 12,000 voters, so you have to be slightly careful, but if you look at the vote share and then look at the next data set that I'm showing you, it shows that not much has changed politically on the ground. The BJP had 303 Lok Sabha seats. Karvi projects, if polls were held today, the BJP would be 11 more than majority, 283 seats by themselves. The Congress was at 52 seats. That's now expected to come down to 49. Others at 188 up to 211. So the BJP tally is coming down about 20 seats, but the fact is that the vote share is roughly the same as it was the last time. Let's look at the NDA vote share and compare that with the UPA vote share. And remember, of course, closer to a real election, the alliance composition itself could change, but if the alliances were to stay the way they were when last elections happened, and from what we know currently of the political situation, NDA would come down from 45% vote share to 42% vote share. The UPA would stay at 27%. Others would go up from 28 to 31%.
Right.
Now I want to show you how this projects onto seats as far as alliances are concerned. Here, the NDA project to fall from 353 to 316. The UPA likely to stay at 93, others likely to go up from 97 to 134. So no major tectonic movements, but just very marginal declines for the BJP and the NDA, Rajdeep.
And I'm not surprised. You know, 14 months after the last polls where you scored a big victory, you would expect a party to hold more or less unless there's a dramatic shift in public opinion, which clearly is not there. Before we take a break, Pawan Khera, you want to call all of this media management? Do you believe this is all astute media management, disinformation?
No, Rajdeep,
or is there something fundamentally wrong with the opposition?
What is wrong with us or not is a separate debate. We definitely should debate that.
Right.
Point here is that if critical issues are absolutely obliterated from the headlines, day in and day out, we see that. How do you expect people to really respond to the actual issues when the actual issues are absolutely blacked out by this government and done it very well, I must say. So if I say this, आप कहेंगे अरे साहब लोग बेवकूफ हैं, लोग बेवकूफ नहीं है, उनको बेवकूफ बनाने की चेष्टा की जा रही है, उसमें से काफी लोग मीडिया में भी हैं जो शामिल हैं उस चेष्टा।
चलिए, he keeps saying this, he can't get away by saying whatever he wants. The fact of the matter at this moment is, voters look at the face of Narendra Modi, they look at the face of Rahul Gandhi, and they're telling you election after election after election after election after election what they think of their choice. They look at Narendra Modi, they look at Rahul Gandhi, they are taking their choice. This has got nothing to do with the media. This has to do with the opposition fixing its own house. This has nothing to do with the media. This has to do with the opposition fixing its own house.
Okay, next time we are going to do two more.
Okay, no, that's not the problem, Rajdeep, but this is the problem. He's calling it arrogance. It's the reality of the situation.
As always, I want to explore the grey. Sure.
Okay, there it is. Okay, can I? No, one second. मेरे को बुरा नहीं लग रहा है, boss. One second. We've been doing. Oh, one second. Pawan Khera. We've been doing more coverage on China and the situation on the ground than anybody else. You making all these personal pot shots makes absolutely no difference. I want you to look. One second. Pawan Khera, look at the screen. Look at the screen. One second. Trader goes down. This is just hanging. One second. Look at the number on the screen right now. Rajdeep, one second. 66% of the people, when they asked who should be India's next Prime Minister, picking Narendra Modi, Rahul Gandhi is at 8%.
Look,
that's the reality.
Look, the fact is that, and we saw this even in 2019. One minute. Now, Pawan, let's analyze it seriously. The fact is that if you look at India as Indian elections as presidential, and polls like this also become quasi-presidential,
No, the
There
last
is-
election
it's
was
very
virtually
clear.
presidential.
That's
That's the
right.
reality.
So it's very clear. In fact, one of the most startling figures that I keep referring to is that 192 seats that the BJP, where there were direct contests between the BJP and Congress, the BJP won 175 of them by an average margin of 20%. So it's clear that the major opposition party or the leader of the major opposition party at the time when pitted with Mr. Modi was a no contest. It's clear that Rahul Gandhi's graph, as per this poll, has not risen. His visibility, I think, has in the last few months, but his graph in terms of public confidence that he can be a replacement for Modi. At
It
the
is
end of the
there on
day,
your screen,
at the end of the day,
68%
you see,
8%.
until now, the belief in the opposition has been that Mr. Modi's popularity will automatically erode over time and he will be replaced. And I keep saying Mr. Modi is not Morarji Desai. He's not going away in a hurry and allowing someone else to replace him. I think the opposition will need a new narrative. They need to have a new strategy. And I think polls like this only confirm
No,
that.
first they need to wake up and smell the
And I
coffee.
think, and
First they
having
need to
said
wake
that,
up and smell the
having
coffee.
said that, I also think that the media or a large section of the media also needs to be fairer when it comes to the opposition. I concede that also.
Look at the next set of data on your screen right now. Rahul's criticism on China. And these are not people who are from the Congress or the BJP. These are random voters. Okay, random citizens who've been picked by Karvi for this poll. 59% saying Rahul Gandhi's criticism of the Prime Minister and the government on China has been wrong. Now, whether it's Rafael, where he said Prime Minister chor hai, or at a time when there's a skirmish with China and people expect national unity, Rahul Gandhi is not picking the right issues in the perception of the Indian people. It's the reality. Now, Pawan Khera can say what he wants. Unless
At the
your
moment-
message is connecting, it simply doesn't work. And you can say whatever you want, it holds no meaning because ultimately we're not the ones who are deciding who will vote for whom.
You know, look, at the moment, why is Trump down in America? Because Biden is rising. There is someone else, right? At the moment, there is no one else. Rahul Gandhi is not even Congress president at the moment. Technically, he may be de facto leader, de jure. Sonia Gandhi is interim leader, and that's the largest opposition party. The regional parties are fighting to protect their own terrain. There is a serious crisis of the opposition. And I think this poll exemplifies that even during times of a pandemic and maybe tough times, people turn to the leader they have faith in, which is Mr. Modi at the moment. Mr. Modi is vulnerable, but the opposition is unable to capitalize on his vulnerabilities.
You are vulnerable only if somebody can capitalize on vulnerabilities.
But for that, you need your own trust factor, which may come with time. Pawan Khera, you want a final word before you say that that this entire exercise has been managed? Come on, smile a bit. Smile. Yeah, don't be the angry young man all the time.
It's also, no, I am not, I am neither angry nor young. Rasti, the fact of the matter is that these polls that come out are also, and please let's all be introspective. As an institution, even the media has to introspect. These polls are a comment even on the media's performance over the last 6 years.
The
Why
polls
should we judge
have
the
a
media
98%
also? I mean,
success ratio when it comes to getting it right.
Raj
No, one
Chengappa
second.
is the senior most among the journalists here. Raj Chengappa.
This is absurd.
Raj Chengappa,
The
you want
India
to
Today group has a better record in getting its polls right than the rest of the media put together. If the opposition continues in denial, there's nothing that can be said.
Raj Chengappa, you want to respond that all these polls are orchestrated by the media?
I don't understand.
Yes, I just want to. Let me just respond.
I'm sorry,
In
it's a comment
January,
on the media.
we said Mr. Modi was in trouble.
Raj, go on.
No, hang on, Pawan. Let me finish.
Yeah.
Let me finish.
Yes.
In January, if you look at our cover, we do this periodically, once in January, once in August. So forget this is the business of us fixing this poll to suit Mr. Modi, okay? This has been done over the last 20 years, and we do it with great regularity. The second point is that what I was saying, if you look at the January Mood of the Nation poll, Mr. Modi is down. In fact, the BJP is one short of a majority in our calculations. Now, were we fixing that? How could you say, and the fact is, if you look at what has happened now, even rationally looking at it, it shows that while his personal popularity is there, he still has a lot of work to be done. The actual numbers, if an election held, has not gone up since January. In fact, it is far below the 353 that the NDA had in May 2019.
Right.
So there is a lot of work for Mr. Modi to do. And if you look at the failures that has been pointed out, whether it is COVID and also unemployment, it's very high. So there's a big message, and I agree with Yogendra Yadav. You're looking at it at this particular point of time, but if he doesn't deliver on these, the mood will shift dramatically as it has done in the past as well.
Okay, let's take a break at this point and then get final comments on this part of the poll. Remember, we are doing, this is an extensive Mood of the Nation poll. There's also the COVID issue that we will be tackling, but that will be a separate show that we're going to do. But for now, as you can look at those numbers, Remember, this is a poll which is being carried out 1 year, or 1 year and 2 months after Mr. Modi's victory. So clearly the wind is still with the Prime Minister even in tough times. Okay, there's been plenty of heat and a little bit of light that discussion has generated. Let's take a break. Then we return to the story of our times. How is the Prime Minister perceived in his handling of the COVID pandemic? You're watching Mood of the Nation.